What's going on, everyone? My name is Nicholas Merton here at DataDash, and today is June 14th of 2019. Well, folks, I hope you all are having a great day wherever you are, and a great Friday for that matter, as we're stepping into the weekend. And in today's video, we're not going to be focusing so much on price action. Markets have been relatively quiet over the last 24 to 48 hours, but the news cycle for crypto has not been. We've had a lot of news in relation to Binance, Facebook Coin, and the acclaimed Bakkt. So we're going to be talking about all that in today's update. But before we dive into the market analysis and the news, I just want to let you all know that we're creating a Google contact form. As of recent, one of my videos got a strike and got removed. I still don't know why it happened specifically, but just in case if we get more strikes, which would mean that I might not be able to post for some time, and then also I might get my channel removed, I want to make sure I have a point of contact for you guys. So it's just simply your name, your last name, and your email. If you guys want to register for it, it's just a way for me to contact you if we get censored off the platform, so you guys can keep in touch with me and I can make sure to still share with you guys what I'm doing, what my work is at the moment. So if you guys want to do it, link is down below in the description. It'll be the first one there. It's a Google form link, but you can choose to do it if not. Whatever, it's fine. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and take a look at the markets over the last 24 hours. Markets are relatively unchanged for the most part. A few cryptocurrencies in the red and green, but most of them are within a 2% range one way or the other. So nothing too serious. Volatilities lacking in this market at the moment. There's really two key leaders and losers at the moment. Chainlink has gone up a massive amount over the last few hours. It was up like 50 to 70% for one moment yesterday due to the fact of a recent hint at a Google partnership. And on the other side as well, excluding Zcoin's been doing really good, so obviously it's going to have a little bit of a retracement. Binance Coin is down 10% over the last 24 hours. And there's a key reason for this. It's probably the biggest news that we have to talk about today, and that is the fact that US customers are being blocked from Binance as soon as September of 2019. Now, this is something I'd feared a little bit. We got a hint of this with the Binance DEX coming out, and hearing that US customers would be blocked from it gave me a big sign that, time was coming for Binance to probably announce closing it off to US residents. I think it was kind of expected. We've seen this with BitMEX and a lot of other foreign exchanges such as KuCoin and all these other ones. It seemed as if Binance was almost untouchable for a while, but now they finally have announced that they're going to kind of be compliant within regulations. They seem to want to be in the long term, and they're going to close off their business to US customers. So as soon as September, again, this is going to be a shutoff of trading services. You'll still be able, I want to make sure to clear any kind of FUD, you'll still be able to have your coins stored on there and you can withdraw them. They're not going to seize your coins from the likes of what they're saying. So you'll be able to withdraw it at any time, and so it's no rush, but you have until September to be able to trade on the platform. Now, there's still the claim that yes, you can use a VPN and trade this stuff, guys. I'm just going to be clear right off the bat, guys. Don't even try that, because I can tell you there's been a lot of horror stories with people doing that on BitMEX. You're already dealing with margin enough. That's bad. And Binance is going to be launching margin, okay? So don't feel inclined to mess with the margin markets. But the other thing as well is I've heard a lot of horror stories where people can't get back their funds when they try to log into their account and they forget that they're not on the VPN. Just letting you all know. Not to mention your KYC data will tell you that you're from the US. So, it's kind of a wishy-washy situation. Now, this is about 15% of all traffic for Binance is from the United States. It's their largest country here. You can see they're very spread out across the world. They've got a lot of users from different regions, but Binance traffic over the last 6 months has shown that over 40 million users from the US trade on Binance. Pretty incredible stuff. And as much as this is going to be a dent for Binance, I still think they're going to be a respectable long-term player. But I really hope they don't go down the route of doing too many IEOs and trying to make money off of margin trading and doing sketchy stuff to, kind of kick down on the little guy and stuff. I hope that a new platform can step in and not only, continue to service US clients, but I hope Binance can go down that route as well. I really want to see some exchanges come in to fill this gap for these 40 million clients and beyond, and hopefully provide a service that works for average everyday people, makes things simple. Again, I like Binance. We've had a referral to the exchange for a while. I use it personally. I've just been using it over the last few hours and stuff. Binance is a great exchange, but the thing about it is that I think that we need to see a platform that's continuously evolving and is filling a lot of the gaps to get us from the 1% of US global population that has cryptocurrencies to 99% who haven't. So I just didn't see that in Binance, and I don't see that in pretty much any cryptocurrency exchange. So I hope we can get something that fills that gap, provides that range of altcoins and liquidity that we need, and all the services that we would expect in a given cryptocurrency exchange. So We can see here this has put a dent in Binance Coin, as we mentioned, down about 10% here in the last few hours. It's really just kind of diving off like a rock at the moment. Volume's been staying relatively the same. So again, I as much as I admire CZ and the work that Binance has done, I think that this is going to be a pretty big dent for BNB over the next few months. It might be setting the top in regards to the relative time frame for BNB. But we can see, you know, Leo token has done well for Bitfinex at the moment. So I have no doubt BNB might be able to go to higher levels in a bull market. I just think that for now, this is a clear top that's coming in. And I think we need to see this come down to, you know, 20, 25 bucks at a minimum. Alrighty, so Facebook coin. So this is something we keep talking about. Well, it seems as if in about a week, we are going to get an actual reveal on the white paper and the tech and specs behind Facebook coin. Now, this isn't, from my understanding, 100% confirmed just yet. As with most things, it's expected or, you know, rumored to come out. But there's some really interesting information we have here with this small article here. Not only are we expecting that there could be a reveal in the next week, but along with that, we've gotten word that firms like PayPal, Uber, and Visa and MasterCard all have signed part of a consortium to be a part of this project, have a little bit of stake in it, and have invested $10 million or more individually as companies into this project. So this is really exciting stuff. I mean, to know that all these big companies are not only on board, but they're each committing $10 million and are like, hey, we want to get a stake on this. I mean, and this gives me either one of two vibes. It's like either the kind of hype train that a lot of people had in regards to the ICO space, or it's that, you know, they really see this as a disruptor to payment gateways, to storing money, transferring money, money wiring, transferring systems, and all kinds of stuff that Facebook coin could possibly be used for. And I really think it's the latter. I really think it's that more kind of serious approach that this could be a disruptor, because this is going to be a stable coin. There's not much room to make exponential gains off the coin because it's going to be pegged to the dollar. However, there is a lot of ways that stablecoins make money. A lot of them make money in relation to interest, or, for example, you know, charging fees along the way for transactions, whatever it may be. Right? You know, take Visa for this case, who's a partner on here, and PayPal. They're merchant solutions. If you know, for example, I mean, you can do money transfer generally and stuff like that. They already generate fees on that. But a lot of the cases, people who pay through PayPal or pay for their Visa or MasterCard, they're paying 2-3%. It's just that the merchant's paying it, right? We don't see that at the end of the day. The merchant's taking that out of their profit margin. So if Facebook can come in and undercut that, and you can see Visa's getting on board with it, they at least want to have a little bit of stake in this competition, which is, it was quite interesting. You find this sometimes in business, but I'm interested to see it. If they can provide a better experience than current merchants, hey, all to them. Right? It may not be a cryptocurrency like I want it to be, in the sense of censorship resistant and, you know, being able to send it globally in a matter of, you know, seconds or minutes, and, you know, also having control of your own funds if it's under the control of Facebook. Look, all those things kind of negative in my opinion, but it's better than probably what we've got right now. We've seen that tech companies have been proven in the sense of their track record that they have disrupted a lot of traditional services and made them better. But I would like to see, you know, again, much more improvements coming. So again, this is kind of widespread in the news cycle. We are expecting to hear something in the next week. Love to know what you all think down in the comments down below. What do you expect them to come out with? Do you think it'll be a stable coin? Do you think that there's going to be something out there that can make it more speculative, or that's going to have a token that could kind of be a little more volatile or have some other utility outside of just payments? I'd really like to know what you all think. But it's going to be exciting either way, and we'll be sure to live stream or cover the event and stuff when it does come out. Now, the second to last piece of news that we have is Bakkt announcing the final launch date for its Bitcoin futures contracts, and that is going to be July 22nd. So we have waited long enough for Bakkt. Bakkt was right around the corner multiple times back in late 2018 and early 2019. And now finally, in July 22nd, after some regulatory setbacks and things of that sort, you know, we've been waiting for Bakkt to get final approval and making sure that, you know, they want to make sure to do things by the books. I appreciate that. We finally now have something substantial here in regards to a launch date. Now, will this lead markets to all-time highs? Probably not. Right? There's futures contracts out there. You know, Bakkt futures is going to be an extension on that in the sense of institutional exposure, which will be good. But we'll have to really see if this is going to lead things much higher as of yet. I don't know if it's going to be as much as an ETF. I don't know if it's going to be as much as widespread institutional adoption just yet, but we'll see. I think this is going to be a step in the right direction. It's going to be a leg up in the sense of the longer term trend. It could be one of the major factors that help carry us back to 20,000. We need a lot of things to get us back to 20,000. And once we break past that 20,000 point, we're going to need some serious liquidity coming into the market. We're going to need some serious, factors to drive adoption, adoption in emerging markets, things of that sort, to get this market to the, $1 trillion valuation that we know it can get past and to much higher levels beyond that. So exciting to see this. Let's go ahead and move on to the last piece of news. We'll keep an eye on Bakkt as time progresses. We have the Grayscale investment CEO, Larry Silbert, saying we've entered the crypto spring. So Grayscale has been beefing up their efforts in regards to marketing their GBTC ETF. This is, the ETN that basically allows you to hold it and basically own and behind the scenes a little bit of Bitcoin backing it. And it's been trading at a pretty hot premium. Not to mention they also have one for Ethereum Classic that's been trading, I think, at like a 40 or 50% premium, maybe even more than that. It's ridiculous. As Ethereum Classic was declining, it was going up. So that gives you a decent picture as to how eager some people in the institutional sector are for these ETFs and things like Bakkt. So it's interesting to see Larry Silbert coming in with such confidence. They've been boosting up their marketing campaign, and I really like his perspective on this. The kind of big picture view stuff. I hate we talk on the channel, guys, about Bitcoin going from 6,000 to 7,000 or 5,000. Barry Silbert and so many other people, including myself, really like to focus on like the long-term picture. This is something they stated in Bloomberg in a recent interview. The younger generation, I was born after the gold standard, didn't grow up during a period of war where you had to store your money via something like gold. For the younger generation, money is digital and anyone can access this asset class. So you have approximately $68 trillion in wealth handed down from boomers over the next 25 years. That won't stay in gold. It will not all go into Bitcoin, but certainly it will diversify. And this is just one of many interesting perspectives. I tend to focus on the $84 trillion plus currency market valuation. I tend to focus on the $7 trillion of wealth stored in gold. And if you just tackle into a little bit of that, just 10% of currency market valuations over the next decade. You're talking, if you're talking at the bare minimum conservative level, 84 trillion, some talk about it being, upwards towards 100 trillion in currency valuations. If we just do 84 trillion, that's $8.4 trillion. That's just absolutely insane, guys. So, and we did a video on that talking about how Bitcoin could, end up at a range of 300,000 to 400,000 per Bitcoin if it takes the bulk of that value. Do we see it diluted across other cryptocurrencies? Maybe. Who knows? It's way too early on, I think, to talk about that. But again, really recommend you read through this article, guys, and just check into it. You can find it online and stuff. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on behind the scenes. And as much as I talk on the channel about expecting a correction going through the next month, this doesn't speak about my long-term valuation for cryptocurrencies. Guys, I'm mostly exposed to cryptocurrencies. I love crypto as an asset class. This is going to be one of the biggest, not only financial revolutions that we are going to see in our lifetimes, it's going to be one of the biggest tech revolutions. I hear people talking about AI. I hear people talking about, God, there's so many different things. Solar energy, 3D printing, the advancements in semiconductors and computer hardware, there's all kinds of stuff, all the new meat alternative products as well. I love emerging trends. So you can just tell I'm giddy and I'm a total nerd for it. But man, if there is anything that's going to reshape the future, it's going to be cryptocurrencies. And I can tell you why. If someone for a second asks you why cryptocurrencies are going to change the world, give them the simple analogy. What do you spend your 9 to 5 working on? You work your 9 to 5 to earn money. Money is everything in this world. It is so impactful. And when you can make sound money, and you can make money that works for its users, that's deflationary, that encourages saving and long-term thinking, you are not only going to build healthy economies on a global scale, you are going to uplift the well-being and wealth of everyday people beyond comprehension. I want to see a world where everyone can be in the middle class, can live a great life, and hopefully live beyond that. And I think cryptocurrencies are going to help us get there. Well, that's it for the video, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for embracing my rant and rave at the end. And I hope you all are interested in the news that we talked about today. I'd like to know what you all think down below in the comments. And again, if you wouldn't mind, consider registering through that Google form so we can keep you guys in the loop. Again, not going to spam you with stuff. Just want to make sure we have a way to keep in communication. There's 300,000, 315,000 of you out there who are subscribed to the channel. Want to make sure that I can at least grab a chunk of you and make sure we can stay in the loop over the long term if things were to go south with YouTube. But I love YouTube as a platform. Let's hope it can keep things going and not censor too much. But until the next video, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend, and until then, I will see you all in the next video. Stay tuned.